Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at...
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome in to CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime Mage, out of the 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Sunday. And when I was thinking about what intro to go with, no intro has aged better than that one. It just hasn't. I mean, with everything going on with Stephen Colbert, all of the Hollywood nut jobs, and of course, the massive news going on right now centered around Barack Hussein Obama that we're going to talk about. And in fact, President Trump is kind of going scorched earth right now on True Social over all of this Barack Obama stuff. And we're going to talk about all of it. This story is absolutely massive. And, you know, we need to put as much attention on this as possible. Before we even get started, this is like 5 hours ago, Babo Yogi sent a $20 super chat. And he said, love the 5 hour plus notification for Cast 169 stream, but 5 hours of Jeremy would have been more entertaining. He's more intelligent and speaks better than that meat bag that sits on him. Mod lives matter. Thank you, Babo Yogi. Appreciate you, brother. Tree Bear becomes a new member. What's up, Tree Bear? Arclight member message. Thank you. Mike Hill says Donald Trump made a promise that Stephen Colbert's best friend Jimmy Kimmel show will be the next to be canceled. We can only hope. We can only hope. James Eye the Tiger says, Jeremy, you're almost there. Almost there, guys. He's almost there. He's almost there. So anyway, we'll see. What's up, Vault 95? Hail to you, brother. Mod Lives Matter. Bring back Jeremy. Everybody loves Jeremy. But we got to talk about the news that's going on, the crazy news Alex Arrow Cave says, finally got my CobraCast shirt. Was supposed to be here last Monday. Ordered it almost a month ago. Alligator Idol will hopefully be here Tuesday. Hell yeah. Happy to hear that, man. Swaggy Shaggy says, been a Redskins fan my whole life. I'm 21. Bring back the Redskins. F the Commanders. Trump 2028. Make the Redskins great again. He has been on it today, man. But the first thing we need to talk about is if you are not updated on the situation, because I think this is I think this could be one of the biggest political stories of our lifetime, and it's being talked about for sure, but it's clearly not being talked about to the level that it should be. And the news that basically Barack Obama and the Barack Obama administration, we now have evidence that they are behind the Russia hoax, which is something President Trump has been saying for years, and he's been constantly dismissed. And now we have proof of it. And I mean, this is a huge story. This is a massive story. Is that hoodie washed? I have multiple of these hoodies. And yes, I have multiple of everything you see me wear. I have like several of them because I know when I wear something, I'll wear it a lot. So yeah, I mean, that story is huge, and President Trump is leaning into it. All right. Leaning into it. Big time. And I, right now, man, I'll be honest, like being on Twitter so much recently, I don't know what to believe from a Twitter standpoint. Like I'm seeing so many of these accounts that Elon Musk elevated turn out to be Indian accounts, and like, or India, like from India. And so it's just like, they're all like faking their support for America. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, dude. Like the amount of foreign, like there's a foreign invasion on social media to try and pretend that you're patriotic when you've never even stepped foot in this fucking country. You know what I mean? In the real thing, like Ian Miles Chong was the first thing that kind of I really started to look at, because Elon Musk kept retweeting Ian Miles Chong. Ian Miles Chong has never been to the United States of America. He's from Malaysia. This is easily accessible information. Yet Elon kept retweeting this Malaysian who's never been to America, yet talks about America all the time. And then you start to see all of these Doge accounts that Elon was pushing. And now we find out that the I Find Retards account that Elon was pushing, that's a foreign account as well. It's really strange, man. And so I've seen this whole kind of situation kind of unfold recently, and it's not that it's unfolded recently, it's been going on, but I've only become aware of it recently. And I did keep my head in the sand on the Elon stuff. And I don't really regret that, because ultimately Trump got elected and that was the kind of the goal. But, it was kind of strange how Elon went from, him and Trump not hating each other to suddenly, as soon as Trump got shot, Elon, who had not endorsed Trump up to that point, as soon as Trump got shot, Elon gave his full endorsement of Trump. And he was all in. All in. Oh, man, I'm all in on Trump. I'm all in. And then, of course, Trump treats him like a king, gives him all this access. And then all of a sudden, Elon, basically stabs Trump in the back and is now actively working against Trump. And it's been a big wake-up call as to see how Elon has manipulated his way into that situation. People could say that Trump would needed Elon to win, and I think Trump needed Twitter to be purchased by Elon for sure. And I think Elon helped for sure, no doubt about it. But Elon supported Trump because Trump got shot, and Elon realized when Trump got shot and stood there and said, fight, 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 he was going to win. And Elon said, you know what? I need to back this guy right now. Put my full support behind him. And so seeing how Twitter has been in the last few months now, it's just been crazy to see how manipulated we have been and continue to be in a lot of ways. It was Block Deuces. Thanks for the early warning for CobraCast. I'm always here to help. Eric Heffelfinger says, I want Bondi and Gabbard to handcuff me. I've been bad and need to be spanked. Jason says, Obama will never, ever be arrested or charged. Willing to make a friendly wager? Anyone I put on my house who's willing to bet retirement or life. I don't know if Barack Obama is going to be arrested. I mean, I tend to look, we're going to get into all of that. So look, let's start out with that because I want to talk about that. So this story is absolutely, this is a major, major, major story. This is one of the biggest stories we have had in decades. This is the definition of treason, is what this is. So let's listen to this really quick, in case you are not aware of what's going on.
This is the Will Cain Show, and we begin with a breaking news alert. Fox News Digital exclusively reporting that the Obama administration manufactured and politicized intelligence to create a narrative that the Kremlin was trying to influence the 2016 presidential election. This is the origins of Russia, Russia, Russia. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has just declassified today.
Now we've all, I mean, if you've been following Trump for as long as I have, we have all dealt with the Trump is Russia's puppet. Trump is working for Russia, yada, yada, yada. And that was obviously never true, but you had people pushing that narrative like crazy. And now we finally have the facts of the matter and the truth of the matter. Well, we heard Obama, Hillary, and all of the Democrats run with this narrative. The mainstream ran with this narrative over and over again, constantly. Russia, 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 collusion, constantly.
These documents laying out this timeline. Prior to 2016 and the election, officials from across the intelligence community assessed Russia lacked the intent and capability to hack U.S. elections. After President Trump's 2016 victory, early intel assessments proved that there was no foreign manipulation. Now, officials tell Fox that intelligence was then manufactured and politicized to be used as the basis for the year-long Mueller probe. The documents state, quote, hours before the December 8th, 2016 PDB was due to be published, a senior intelligence official abruptly pulled it from the president's briefing book. It was never published. The next day, on December 9th, 2016, the Obama White House convened in a classified NSC meeting with top administration officials to discuss Russia. Following the meeting, an email was then sent from then DNI Clapper's executive assistant to the intelligence community officials with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling. Within hours, the intelligence community made a 180-degree pivot and started drafting an intelligence community assessment that directly contradicted assessments from the previous 6 months, manufacturing and amplifying the Russia hoax narrative. This is what DNI Director Gabbard is saying today.
This is huge. Now, it's not huge from a standpoint of I've known this was going on. You knew this was going on. We knew that these things were happening. But now we actually have data and we have a paper trail that is backing all of it up and exposing Barack Hussein Obama for what he truly is. And that is the single most damaging president of my lifetime by a mile. Like the damage that Barack Obama has done to this country is enormous. And they thought that they could get away with this forever because they thought that they would remain in power, which we will talk about. Hold on.
There was a treasonous conspiracy in 2016 committed by officials at the highest level of our government. We'll continue to break down the bombshell as it develops.
So, I mean, this is crazy. Obama thought he could get away with this. Keep that in mind because I'm going to play a video here in a minute that I've played before. But you have to understand that the level of arrogance that was going on with the Obama administration and the powers that be and all of that. But again, this all leads into something else too. 2020, we knew what we saw with our own eyes, and they tried to tell us that 2020 didn't happen. You guys are just you guys are making things up. We're going to censor you. We're going to ban you. We're going to take you off of social media if you dare say that the election was stolen. We were not allowed to say any of that.
Back to the breaking news we brought you off the top. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard declassifying documents that show a, quote, treasonous conspiracy at the highest levels of the Obama administration to manufacture a narrative that Russia was trying to influence the 2016 presidential election. New York Congressman Mike Lawler joins us now. Congressman, it's great to have you on the program. This just broke about an hour or so ago that DNI Gabbard released these documents in a timeline that is incredibly fascinating.
And what's interesting here is it kind of goes back to, you know, if you know, now obviously I'm not retarded enough to believe this, but there are people that are retarded enough to believe this. There are people out there that are retarded enough to believe that Trump is covering up the Epstein list because he's in it. So the Democrats were willing to not release Trump's name that shows him heavily involved with Epstein, but they said that they would rather just make up a Russia collusion story instead. That's what they would do. So instead of releasing Trump's name and his involvement with Epstein and being on Epstein Island, since apparently it exists, instead of them just releasing that to make Trump look bad, the Democrats decided, let's just invent a fake Russia hoax to make him look bad. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
To some extent, Congressman, even as early as earlier this week, we broke down and asked the question of whether or not there's not enough focus on President Obama when it comes to Russia. What Gabbard is sharing with us now is the day-by-day and minute-by-minute change in the intelligence community reports after they go to the White House to meet with Obama, wherein they change the narrative of Russia's involvement in our election.
Well, it's extremely disturbing at every level. And the fact is, President Obama needs to answer for this immediately. There needs to be a very clear and unequivocal answer to how this happened and why exactly his administration, in concert with the intelligence community, was changing reports to make it appear as though that Russia interfered in our elections and to further this entire scam that has been perpetrated on the American people to undermine his successor, President Trump. It is just fundamentally wrong. And everything that the American people have seen over the last decade since Donald Trump came onto the national political scene, it has been one event after the next.
Now, don't forget this, okay? Don't forget this right here from Hillary Clinton.
And whether or not there's fire, we need to figure it out. But here is what's important. Put the investigation into Trump, his associates, and everybody else to one side. There is no denying that the Russians interfered in the election.
Right.
Whether or not they had willing or unwitting help from the Trump team, they interfered, and they did so to help him and hurt me. And they did so to destabilize our democracy, and they have not stopped. I mean, there's been enough public testimony before Congress now by very distinguished, experienced intelligence professionals who all say the same thing. This is a clear and present danger to our country. Yeah. And I think it's important, and I would say this. If the roles were reversed, if I had won the Electoral College and I were in the White House and the intelligence services, I've served with them, I've worked with them, I've read their analysis, both on the Senate Armed Services Committee and as Secretary of State. You know, they don't always get it right, but these are patriotic, hardworking, dedicated men and women.
Oh, really? Are they now, since they're exposing you and your lies with the Obama administration?
Women. And if they had come to me and told me, you know, we believe that this election was interfered with. We believe that it was influenced, and we believe they are still trying to get into our systems. I would have stopped at nothing. I would have stood up and in front of the country said, even if it advantaged me, I am not going to rest until we know exactly what happened and make sure. And
I'm glad you said that, Hillary. I'm glad you said that indeed.
In which Democrats and the intelligence community and the Department of Justice, institutions that are supposed to uphold our democracy, have frankly sought to undermine it at every turn.
And to some extent, I think for many of the audience listening, it is not maybe a revelation they haven't thought, heard, or researched on their own before. I think what's different now is that this is coming from the Director of National Intelligence, and there's specific information on a day-by-day basis of how this changed. And just for the record, so the audience knows, I mean, it looks like the critical moment was around December 9th of 2016. Prior to that occasion, most of the intelligence community was saying no Russia involvement. Around December 9th or December 8th, they go into a meeting with President Obama, come out, and an entirely different message emerges from the intelligence community about Russia's involvement in this election. And let us hope, Congressman, this is the start. And we should have already started, and we have started, but this is not the end of searching for accountability on Russia, Russia, Russia.
Now,
no, there needs to be accountability on this. And frankly, there has not been for years. You obviously had a special counsel appointed after James Comey was fired as FBI director. You get a special counsel that comes in, does a nearly 2-year investigation looking into every aspect of this. And the fact that this information was not uncovered, the fact that it was not part of the comprehensive report that made clear there was not Russian interference and that President Trump did not do anything wrong. And ultimately, those that were engaged in this, both in 2016 and again in 2020, when they tried to say that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, once again, they need to be held accountable. This is not how our elections should be decided. This is not how our government should be run. Those who...
Trump has been focused on this for a long, long time. If you remember, I've played this clip recently, but remember this right here where Trump was proven right, but the media sat there and denied it right in front of his face.
Him walk out of a store, and he's walking with an ice cream. And the question the media asks him, what kind of ice cream? What flavor ice cream do you have? And he's in the midst of a scandal.
He's not.
And he's taking...
He's
of course
not.
he is,
No,
Leslie.
come on.
Of course he is. It's the biggest, second biggest scandal.
So,
the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie, they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify.
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know.
And so that was proven to be 100% accurate, that Barack Obama and the campaign did in fact spy on the Trump campaign. That is a fact. Now, we go all the way back because this is the point about all of this. Trump never forgets. He just doesn't forget. And so how could you get to a point where the Obama administration feels like they can get away with this? How do you get to a point where you think you can get away with this? Arrogance and an elitist mentality. The problem is that they picked on the wrong person, and that is ultimately what happened. You picked on the wrong person, and their arrogance finally caught up to them, And this is the night, I've played this video before, this is the night that fundamentally changed everything. Here it is.
Changed politics forever.
Donald Trump is here tonight.
It was April 30th, 2011, the White House Correspondents' Dinner, a ballroom packed with elites, politicians, journalists, and celebrities. But what they didn't know was that they had just created their worst nightmare.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Sitting in the crowd that night was Donald Trump. Not yet a politician, just an extremely rich businessman. A guy who dared to challenge the system and got mocked for it.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
For weeks, Trump had been hammering Obama on his birthplace of Kenya. And the media, they couldn't handle it. So they did what the elites do best. They tried to humiliate him. And that night, Barack Hussein Obama took the stage and made Trump the punchline.
No one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing?
The room absolutely loved it. They weren't laughing at a joke, they were laughing at Trump. They wanted him small, embarrassed, and broken. Obama kept swinging, mocking Trump's business, his TV show, and his ambition.
All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience. Just recently in an episode.
I love that he's sitting there and he's just plotting and he's like, keep running your mouth, Barry, because I'm going to destroy every single bit of your legacy. And that is exactly what President Trump has done.
Of Celebrity Apprentice at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks. And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey.
Then came that fake image on the screen. The White House turned into a Trump casino.
Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. Let's see what we've got up there.
The media howled, but Trump didn't move. That image, Trump sitting still while everyone else laughed, that was the moment. You can almost hear it in his head. Just you wait and see. Then it got worse. The host that night, liberal comedian Seth Meyers, picked up where Obama left off.
Donald Trump often appears on Fox, which is ironic because a fox often appears on Donald Trump's head.
This is you remember that comment that I brought up the other day where that guy like called me a clown that didn't like me? And I'm like, my friends and my chat and my supporters say worse shit to me. Like, what are you doing? Donald Trump has made fun of his own hair before. That was pathetic. That was a pathetic joke.
If you're at the Washington Post table with Trump and you can't finish your entree, don't worry, the fox will eat it.
The room roared, but Trump didn't flinch. He sat there surrounded by smug elites who thought they had crushed him. They didn't realize they had actually just activated him. And as the night went on, Trump left early. No after parties, no cameras. But that night didn't fade. It burned. Roger Stone later said it plainly, that's the night he decided to run.
Maybe I'll just run. Maybe I'll show them all.
Trump never admitted it directly, but he didn't have to, because 4 years later, he came down that escalator.
Donald Trump is running for president and made his entrance by coming down the escalator at Trump Tower with his wife, Melania.
We need somebody that literally will take this country and make it great again.
The same media that laughed in 2011 laughed again in 2015.
We better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next. I know you don't believe that.
I know you don't believe that.
Embarrassing.
They said he didn't stand a chance.
Donald Trump will not become president.
He's not going to be president.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
My mother always said, be careful what you wish for, because you'll get it. And then people get jealous and try and take it away from you.
They mocked the slogan, they mocked his supporters, they mocked you. But Trump didn't care. He started winning.
This has been an amazing evening. Already we've won 5 major states, and it looks like we could win 6 or 7 or 8 or 9.
One by one, he crushed the GOP field. Jeb Bush
is a low energy person.
Marco Rubio.
Don't worry about it, little Marco.
And Ted Cruz.
You know, Lion Ted Cruz came today. He couldn't draw 100 people. 100 people.
Then he turned to Hillary, the ultimate swamp creature.
Honestly, she has less energy than Jeb Bush. Admit it.
And on November 8th, 2016, he won.
I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton. She congratulated us. It's about us. On our victory.
And the same people that laughed that night in 2011, they were silently crying in a corner. The punchline had become their president. They tried to stop him again. They impeached him, censored him, rigged debates, but Trump refused to go away. And in 2024, he won again. That dinner in 2011 was supposed to be the end of Trump. Instead, it was the beginning. The elites tried to humiliate him, but he took their mockery and turned it into a movement. He never forgot, and in the end, he got the last laugh. And this was the moment that changed politics for.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that has brought us to where we are today. And where we are today is President Trump posting AI videos on True Social like this.
No need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy. Young man, there's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time.
Yes, Trump posted this on True Social. He's been posting a lot lately. He just posted this on True Social right here. He's going ham right now. He is pissed, and he is not letting up at all. And so there you have it right there. So again, this was all a long play from President Trump. Okay, this is a long play from Trump. I don't know what's ultimately going to happen, but I know this is one of the biggest political stories ever. And, you know, there's more information that's coming this week, according to Tulsi Gabbard. So we're just going to have to see. Also, I saw someone question me and says Trump didn't make fun of his own hair. I don't know how much of this clip I can play because it's Saturday Night Live, but right here.
Who did your decorating? Saddam Hussein?
I'll have you know this is all very classy stuff. And that painting of the tiger and the woman has got me laid on numerous occasions.
I didn't know gay dudes like tiger paintings.
The man, all the way back in 2007.
Hey, you've crossed the line. I've killed people for less.
Looks like you killed a squirrel to me and put it right on top of your head.
That's all I can play. I can't play no more. SNL will hit you for stuff. Yeah, absolutely awesome. So good stuff, man. Good stuff indeed. Trump is the man. And I'm loving everything that we're getting. I'm loving everything that we're getting from him and the administration. So good stuff. Okay, so let me catch up on the chat. This is huge. Here, I'll just pull this because I mean that's a hell of a picture right there. Uber driver of the apocalypse is hailed at 199 and God Emperor Trump Obama for Alligator Alcatraz 2025. Probably not, but we can hope. John Jones says, reminder that the first domino was Harambe and the falling dominoes that keep getting bigger and bigger. Slain Hope says, I've noticed a huge Indian influx here. Anyone else? Let's see. Eddie says, no point of the facts if arrest won't be made. Richard says, no big arrest, but the Dems won't listen. The Dems that listen won't vote. Let's see. Phil McCracken says, look at what Trump posted about handcuffs. I will have to go over there. He's been posting a lot today. Jeffrey Hill says, I'm tired of Obama and the rest of these corrupt politicians getting away with this stuff. I hope that God that they're home for some capability for this crap. Thank you, Jeffrey Hill. Let's see. Phil McCracken says, Obama is now just another statistic. Eric says, if Obama does go to jail, at least Big Mike prepared him for the showers. This is true. Sith Lord says, every media journalist who pushed this hoax needs prison time. Mo Zamboni says, the best revenge against your haters is success. 100%. PGMD over on Rumble says, hail, your show is awesome. Just started watching. You rock. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Hail to you and the Rumble chat as well. Let's see. Blast Radio says, commie Sanders, Trump will not become president. Sanders is still not president, screwed by his own party. That is correct. Mo Kiss's family says, best timeline ever. It is absolutely the best timeline for sure. I'm loving every single thing that we're seeing right now. This is going to take time, and we'll see how long this ultimately does take to I mean, look at how many years it took for them to build this case up. And now it's like they just keep adding stuff. Look, Ellen says she confirms that she left the U.S. because of Trump and is staying in the UK. This is great news. Are you kidding me? This is fantastic. Thank you, Ellen. This is good news. This only makes us love Trump even more. Ellen says, let me confirm that I left because of Trump. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. That means Trump is continuing to make America great again by getting rid of losers like you. So, man, that's great. And this is like, I swear, didn't Ellen, I might be wrong about this. Hang on. Didn't Ellen have Trump on her show and she was like talking about how her mom like loved Trump or some shit like that? I feel like I remember that. It was like something with like how much her mom loved him or something like that. There, let me see this.
Yes, and I appreciate it.
Your hand I don't worry about.
Really?
Some hands that I see I don't like so much, but her hand, what am I going to catch from her?
That's nothing, because I'm the same way, almost. But because I heard that you're a little bit of a germaphobe as far as,
right.
And you have to shake hands all the time.
I have to shake hands a lot, unfortunately, and I'm not a big fan of it. Nothing to do with elitism. It's just like it's not a very good thing to do. You catch colds, you catch fevers, you catch everything. So who needs to do it?
Well, do you carry? Well, if you're that much of a I have Purell. You have this stuff.
I have something that they use in hospitals that takes the skin.
The point is, we're not going to sit through this whole thing here, but the point is like she loved Trump, just like all of these clowns and these Hollywood losers loved Trump. And now she wants to sit there and pretend like she's fake offended or something like that. It's absolutely like, I hate these elitist assholes. I can't stand them. These are the worst people on the planet. I don't know where that clip is, but she was basically like, her mom was in the audience and she's like, my mom loves you, yada, yada, yada. Which again, let me find it where I think it was, let me find it. It's on it's one of the bald ones. Can't find it right now. So it was on the Celebrity Apprentice though. And one of the bald ones was on there. And his mom like was in love with Trump. And I was thinking to myself, like, maybe that's why Alec hates Trump so much. Maybe that's why Alec hated him, because Alec's mom loved Trump. And she was talking about, if I was a few years younger, I would take that man. And I'm like, holy crap. Is this why? Is this why she hates him? I have to look that clip up. I don't know exactly where it is, But it's on the Celebrity Apprentice, and the Baldwin's mom, she's like having hot flashes thinking about Donald Trump. And I'm like, good Lord, man. All of these celebrities have at one point or another, there's always a connection. Hey, look at there. Alec Baldwin's finger for a proper 199. Holy crap. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. It was Stephen Baldwin. Is that what it was? Okay. I don't know if I could find that clip. Now that ABF is here, I feel like I gotta find it. I don't know. There's so many moments. Stephen Baldwin was the one. So let's see. Stephen Baldwin. There's so many of those damn Baldwins. Maybe somebody can find it and send me the link for it. It's on YouTube somewhere. They're very hard to find. They're very, very hard to find, these clips. But either way, thank you, ABF, you mad lad. ABF shows up. That means we got to play like several clips now. We got to play this.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
And of course, to celebrate the proper 199, Sydney Sweeney celebrating. Everybody better thank ABF. You better thank ABF right there. Thank him.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm going to do it.
Do not come.
I'm going to come.
There we go. Okay. Thank you, ABF. Z-Herb says, how's everything, Jeremy? It's funny how everyone shows up and Epstein pick and ignoring Obama's picture with Diddy, but their logic means that he was at the freak-offs, probably watching Michelle raw dogging Justin Bieber. Yeah, I mean, look, the Epstein stuff, thank you, Z-Herb. I appreciate it, brother. The Epstein stuff is incredibly important to continue to talk about. The problem is that I'm having discussions with people on social media that are saying Trump is on the Epstein list. And it's like, wait, what? Okay. First of all, Trump is not involved in any of that stuff. Okay. You're retarded if you think that. Okay. So if you want to have a conversation about it, we can have a conversation about it. But when you start dealing with like really stupid people, then at that point, I lose interest in having any conversation with them at all. I think the Trump administration deserves a ton of criticism for their handling of the Epstein files. No doubt. I don't think that there's any argument to be had. And I've spent over a week complaining about the Trump administration's handling of the Epstein files or lack thereof or whatever. And I think that it's the biggest fumble of Trump's presidency, either this one or the last one, because of the messaging with bringing those influencers out there, handing those binders out. I think it's just been a disaster. Trump's answers and how he's responded about it. And then you've got people saying that, well, Trump meant this. I don't care what Trump meant. What he said is what he said. And I get that there's a lot more frustration from Trump's perspective, but we don't know that. And we have our own frustrations because the administration has handled it so badly. And so ultimately, that's a good conversation to have, and I'm willing to have it. I'm not willing to have that Trump is controlled by Israel and the Jews control Trump, and Trump is covering up Epstein because he was on the list. At that point, it's like, okay, there are plenty of podcasters that talk about that. It ain't me. It ain't me. I am, if you want to go down that road, feel free to go down that road. And I'm sorry that, you locked your keys in your car, that it was the Jews' fault. And when your credit card statement came back and you were overdrafted, it was a Jew's fault. And when your wife cheated on you, it was a Jew's fault. When, your dog got ran over, it was a Jew's fault. And everything that's ever happened to you in your life, it was the Jews. It was like, okay, okay, go for it. But I think you're retarded. And so at that point, I just tune that stuff out, and I don't really have any interest in that because it's the same nonsense as Russia, Russia, Russia. You know, Trump was controlled. So again, I go back to, if Trump is controlled by the Jews now, when he was controlled by Russia, what happened there? Did they get the first draft pick in the presidential Olympics or something? And then, so the Russia drafted Trump and they had control of him. But then, you know, a big trade happened and suddenly the Jews got control of him, and, you know, all that. But of course, 2020 happened and the Jews said, well, we don't want to control Trump right now. We want to give it back to Biden. And we're going to rig the election for Biden. And then we're going to shoot at Trump and we're going to hope we don't kill him. You know, but we're gonna shoot at Trump and hit his ear and make him more popular than ever. It's just fucking retarded. So anyway, Logan says, how many self deletes and accidents will we see in the incoming future because of Barry? I say 3. Jeremy is gay. Thank you, Logan. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, Rosie, I support the No Kings movement and I live in Ireland now. Americans, wait, you're living in a country that has a king? Rosie, my health is deteriorating because of Trump. Yes, Trump, Trump, Trump. The definition of Trump derangement syndrome. Crazy Clown Town becomes a new member. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know we got reports the other day of Pam Bondi. Trump is upset with Pam Bondi. He should be upset with her. I don't necessarily believe those reports. But I mean, he should be upset with her, but I don't believe the reports that are out there that he is upset with her. I mean, Attorney General has not been something that Trump has been very good about. He's not made good decisions with the Attorney General historically. You know, we had an opportunity, you know, to do something with the Attorney General. And of course, you know, Matt Gaetz basically got universally shot down. So, and I think that would have been kind of a game changer, but unfortunately, that's not the truth. That's not what we got. Now, for those that were questioning, yes, Trump did actually post this. So he did post this on True Social. It's right here. And so the question is will we see an arrest? Will we see Barack Obama arrested? Well, I don't know the answer to that question, but I do not think that we will. Now, this is the problem with this whole story, is it's going to set major expectations, and if nothing happens, it's going to create a lot of frustration. Because with expectations, always it comes disappointment. And if people have the expectation that, you know, Barack Hussein Obama is going to be arrested and he's not arrested, then it's going to create a lot of anger and frustration. So that is what I worry about in this scenario. So I you know, I don't know what information they have. Tulsi Gabbard has said that she has even more information that she's releasing next week. So we'll have to see exactly what they have. Dan Scavino just tweeted this out. He's the Trump administration is definitely taking a victory lap right now with everything going on and all of the information that is dropping right now about Barack Hussein Obama. So I see a lot of memes being posted right here. The problem is, and I'll bring up what I said last time. What I said last time is we live in a country where the left decided to turn George Floyd into a hero, a drug addict, a criminal, an amateur porn star named George Floyd, and the left turned him into a hero and essentially created a mini race war in the process. Okay? And the dangers of arresting Barack Hussein Obama are definitely something that should be kept under serious consideration before doing anything like that, because of how the left will weaponize that and very, very dumb, low IQ people will listen to the very things that are being said. Oh, Donald Trump arrested the first black president ever, and he did it because he's black. A black man becomes successful, and Donald Trump weaponized his Justice Department so that he could arrest the first black president. That's exactly what the narrative would be. That's what they would say. And they want to create a huge, race war through all of it. So, Vol95 says, not a chance Ellen is in the UK for the tax breaks. Commander John says, Trump 2028, let's do it again, MAGA forever. Blast Radius says, all these whining, crying celebrity weirdos can leave. Get the hell up on out of here and go someplace else. Block Deuce says, Jeremy, episode 1 of the beginning of Celebrity Apprentice. Is that the one? Was it the first one? Philip Johnson says, leftists are not very fine people, are they? Commander John says, arrest Obama. No statute of limitations on treason. Sec199 says, the lesson is never try. Homer Simpson. Hail Homer Simpson. East Coast Toasty Boy says, I'm kind of glad they made fun of Trump and mocked the hell out of him. We probably wouldn't have gotten the best president so far otherwise. And then East Coast Toasted Boy says, just watched a YouTube short about burger burritos and discovered you can make tortillas out of Greek yogurt of all things. Imagine that. Just add flour. Look at there. That's good information. I don't cook, though. I just make women cook for me. That's how we do it in America. All right. So there you go. I believe in an America where the women cook and shut the hell up. That's my quote. Put that on my gravestone when I'm dead. I believe in an America where women cook and shut the fuck up. There we go. So really upset right now. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy. Who is this guy? What? Okay, Trump is just like, let me go to his True Social right now, okay? Trump is posting like crazy right now. Here we go. Okay, right here. So Trump's True Social. Okay, Mark Levin. Yeah, we don't like Mark Levin. So Trump is posting right here. I agree with Representative Luna. Until this happens, nothing will change. So that's what Trump is posting on True Social right now. He posted this video of Tulsi.
That doesn't just affect Democrats or Republicans. It's not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an issue with such significant impact that it should concern every American, because it has to do with the fabric and integrity of our democratic republic. That we had a situation here where in the months leading up to the 2016 election, the intelligence community assessed, and this is what the documents detail, the intelligence community assessed essentially Russia doesn't have the tools, the capability, or the intent to try to change the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. Donald Trump pulls off a historic victory against Hillary Clinton in November of 2016. Even in the days after that election, the intelligence community continued their consistent assessment that reflected the same thing in the months leading up to the election. All of a sudden, in the early days of December, there was a president's daily brief that was drafted. This is put together by the different elements of the intelligence community that reflected that same assessment. Russia did not try to hack the election, in essence. That PDB, that document, was pulled hours before it was supposed to be published for the president to see that following morning. That document was never published until we released it yesterday. One day later, President Obama calls a meeting of his National Security Council, his top officials, to be held on what they called a sensitive topic. And the results of that meeting, which we released yesterday, and these over 100 documents that talk about in detail how President Obama and his team, he directed a manufactured piece of intelligence that detailed not if, but how Russia tried to influence the outcome.
So Trump posting this is pretty ironic after I said women should shut up and, not talking. Here's Tulsi talking, being awesome as hell because Tulsi is awesome, showing that, memes are memes. But anyway, Trump posting all of this on True Social right now, and he is going ham. He is not letting up. Is this the same clip? It's the same clip, I think. So yeah, he is fed up. So I'm happy about that. He is not letting up at all, and he shouldn't. He's pissed off. He's never forgotten what they did to him, and he shouldn't. Oh my God. I forgot the Hakeem Jeffries holding the Elmo doll. Oh God. Winning is important, but survival is even more important. If you don't survive, you don't get to fight the next battle. That is a Trump quote that Trump himself posted. This is great. What is this? What the heck? What is this, Trump? Okay. I don't know if I should post this or if I should play this. This is a post from the President of the United States of America, who's also the greatest president in history. And so he's posting meme videos right now with a countdown. And I can't look away. Holy shit.
Yes,
Trump is the best, dude. And you know what the media is going to do? The media is going to see this and they're going to be like, there's some hidden meaning behind this. There's hidden meaning behind Trump's tweets. Here it goes. Hang on. So is this Trump posting random videos of a girl in a bikini catching a snake? I'm pretty sure that that's Trump saying he's catching all of the snakes in Washington. What do you think? What do you think? 4D memes. 4D memes. Freaking love it, man. This is awesome. Let's see. Slain Hope says, if you had to let the list go, what's fair trade for it? Hang on. If you had to let the list go, what's fair trade for it? To my Epstein list? I don't know what you're asking. First of all, I don't believe, like, again, so I've never been an Epstein, released the Epstein list guy. I've always been, you know, like, yeah, there's probably a lot of people that are hiding that information, but I've never been like, my issue has always been the Trump administration's handling of the situation. You know, they're the ones that created this. Trump, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, they created this firestorm that they're dealing with. I don't know what the Epstein list is. I have no idea. I don't know if there's a little black book. I don't know if there's a list of people. I don't know if there's documentation that tells you who all these pedos are. I have no idea. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to address from that perspective. I have no idea. Jay Hamilton says, who cares what the left thinks? We need to stop giving the left's opinion power. Their time is up. Well, what Trump is doing right now is he's taking their power from them by doing stuff like this. River Miles says, Obama's had a home chef, no woman in the house. You know what? That is something that should be investigated as well. What happened to the Obama's chef? That needs a full-on investigation right there. Full-on investigation. So let's see. Jeremy the Cyborg says, the girl with the snake was amazing. I agree. I do hope that they investigate that. They need to investigate the hell out of that. That whole thing was very, very shady. What we saw. Now Trump is also, man, he is not letting up today. He has been a very, 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 very busy guy. So today, President Trump has also been very vocal about the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Indians. So President Trump says he may block the Washington Commanders NFL team from moving their stadium to D.C. unless they change their name back to the Redskins. Make Indians great again, Trump posted. All right. We also have him going after the Cleveland Indians, who are right now called the Cleveland Guardians, which is the gayest name in history. And so he's posted about that apparently as well. And I think that this is beautiful. I tweeted about it and it said he doesn't give a fuck, and I love it. Now, I had somebody in my comments that said, Trump needs to quit worrying about sports ball and worry about important things. And I told this stupid ass idiot that this has nothing to do with sports, you dumb fuck. This has everything to do with political correctness and identity politics ruining our culture and our country. That's what this has to do with. And the Cleveland Indians should have never changed their name. The Washington Redskins should have never changed their name. And there's a list of political correctness stuff that has happened along the way. And so I'm glad that he's getting involved in this. We'll see. Now, I have seen some suggestions for the Cleveland Indians and having a new logo. And I got to say, I support it. Cleveland Indians, bring back the Indians and make this your official logo right here. I promise you will be the #1 best-selling franchise in all of the MLB if you make this your logo right here. Just make it happen. It's all you got to do. All right? Yeah, but I do think this is important. I think anybody dismissing this just does not understand, just how, important culture is, and the political correctness movement that has taken over this country. This is part of woke bullshit. And I want to see this stuff completely eliminated from our country. I am sick and tired of it. And yeah, it is very important that the Cleveland Indians get their name back, and the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins are an iconic team. So are the Cleveland Indians. And the Redskins was an awesome name and a legendary franchise. I obviously remember when Doug Williams was their quarterback. With the Cleveland Indians, I remember when Albert Bell was there back in the day. And they have no identity. The Washington Commanders, the Cleveland Guardians. The fuck are we talking about? Do you remember back in the day? You remember back in the day when you would buy, I don't know, an NFL game or a baseball game that didn't have the licensing for Major League Baseball or the NFL, and you had these generically named teams? That's what these names sound like. It sounds like generically named teams on a video game that didn't have the MLB license. That's what Cleveland Guardians sounds like, or Washington Commanders. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is important to the culture. It's important to set a standard that no, we're not going to listen to blue-haired landwells on Twitter crying and being fake offended over shit that they're not offended over. And I know it's a long stretch, okay? But obviously, I run Geeks and Gamers, and within Geeks and Gamers, we cover video games, movies, we cover sports, we even cover theme parks. We have a theme park channel. And one thing that Disney has done in the last few years is that they ended one of the single most iconic attractions at Walt Disney World, Splash Mountain, over political correctness. They changed the entire theme of Splash Mountain over to Princess and the Frog because people said that Splash Mountain was racist. They said Splash Mountain was racist. So it wasn't racist for all those decades that it was a Walt Disney World and all those families were there. It was never racist when millions and millions and millions of people went to Walt Disney World every single year for decades and decades. But suddenly in the woke era, it became racist. So Disney got rid of it completely because of its ties to Song of the South. It's not a racist movie. I don't care what anybody says. And yeah, so they completely changed it. Maybe Trump gets involved in that and says, we're going to go after you in certain aspects unless you bring Splash Mountain back. I never thought he'd get involved with the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins, yet here we are. So we shall see. We shall see. But Splash Mountain was lame and Splash Mountain was not lame. Splash Mountain was a fucking awesome attraction. It's an awesome attraction. And I miss it. But I mean, that's what happens. Now, there is more news that is happening. Okay. Boom. Just in, text messages reveal that Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign allegedly coordinated with President Obama's administration to launch Trump-Russia allegations. Let's go, boys. This is not going away. This is going to get worse and worse for all of these evil people. And this is exactly what we want. We want them to continue to be exposed. So, Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign officials were in direct contact with the Obama administration to dig up dirt on Donald Trump, attempting to link him to Russia. If you were digging up dirt on Trump, since he's apparently hung out on Epstein Island, according to Brain Dead Losers, you would think that they would just release that information since they apparently have it. Since they apparently have it. So the scandal runs deep. Clinton aides texted and emailed the White House, State Department, National Security Council, and more. If there are no arrests, nothing changes. And I agree with that. Man, oh man, oh man, this is getting juicy. Daniel says, can we agree Kirby Silver Surfer is the best? That is a direct, I don't know if that's a direct quote. It's pretty close quote to Crimson Tide, Denzel Washington. Kevin hunts for 50. I don't know how much of that I can say. Buster Rhymes. What? I'll just say thank you, Kevin, for the 50. I'm not going to pull that up, but thank you for the 50, Kevin. Holy shit. Ben Johnson says, screw the fact that Bill Clinton was on the Lolita Express 15 times. Tell me more about the Washington Redskins. Well, again, Ben Johnson, I'm sorry if culture means nothing to you and wokeness ruining everything means nothing to you. But, if that upsets you, then that's your problem, not mine. But thank you for the 5. I would encourage you to send me more money to complain about Trump. Ministry of Wrong Think says, why are they saving Trump, saying Trump's a racist for wanting to bring Indians back? Leftists can't make their mind up. I know, right? I know. Jared Armstrong says, let's see, make that your CobraCast thumbnail, the Trump Indian logo. I might just do that. It's James All Day says, NFL changed the Redskins name to the Commanders, but have no problem making money off of the old Redskins jerseys in the NFL shop. Yep. Dude, the thing is if they changed their name back to the Redskins, they would make so much money. It would be crazy. Stream Hero says, I live in Cleveland, not a sports guy, but it was Native Americans protesting for 20 years, demanding the name be changed to even the removal of Chief Wahoo. I've heard all of those complaints. It was a very, very small group of people. The majority of people didn't give a damn. So I don't really give a shit what a small group of people have to say. The Cleveland Indians were a prominent sports team for forever and a day. You've got the Atlanta Braves, you've got the Kansas City Chiefs, you got the Florida State Seminoles. Like at some point, like it's just ridiculous. These constant complaining losers who are a small group of people. So I don't buy that it was any significant movement whatsoever of people. The guy says justice for Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, and the Land O'Lakes girl. Also, there are 25 videos in Trump's post indicating his desire to finish Project 2025. Hey, I voted for Project 2025. Dina H says Duck Fisney. Stream here says, I don't agree with the change. Natives should shut the F up. I don't think natives care. I think there's a few people that have made a lot of noise. I think that the Washington Redskins movement was far, far bigger, and it wasn't a big amount of people. It wasn't a lot, but there were more cries for the Washington Redskins name change, more so than the Cleveland Indians for a long time. Yeah, just change them to the Cleveland Caucasians. Fuck it. Let's do it. It's James All Day says, karma definitely bit Disney in the ass because after axing Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure ride constantly breaks down. It constantly does break down. Constantly. Slane Hope says, if we can't get Epstein clients, we can't get Obama. I think it's funny that the people that say that, like, we're never going to get any arrests in the Epstein case. And it's like, you do realize Epstein was arrested, right? With Donald Trump's DOJ. And Maxwell was arrested with Donald Trump's DOJ. I mean, I get it. I want more arrests too. But like for the people that say, we're never going to get any Epstein arrests. And it's like, Epstein was arrested, right? I'm just saying, I don't know if people are aware of that. And But Trump is supposedly hiding all of it, yet his Department of Justice is the one that arrested Epstein. It's such a weird dynamic, man. Like, Ryan Miller says Obama and Hillary's involvement in creating the Russia hoax is going to be the biggest textbook definition of F around and find out. 1992 Space Movie says, I sent a Streamlab dono because YouTube didn't like my super about censorship. I will read that right now. Let's see. Jeremy has been compromised. Yep, I've been compromised. I told you I got my Israel check, bro. What are you talking about? Didn't you get the memo? I got paid by Israel. I'm good. So, yeah. I had somebody, hold on. This was funny, okay? Because this shows you, I'll read yours in just a minute, 1990 Space Movie. Somebody said the other day, all right, I got a comment on my D-Day Cobra 2 channel, okay? And somebody said, what is it? Right here. It was on... Right here, it says Tulsi Gabbard just exposed Obama's Trump-Russia hoax, okay? Somebody commented and said, I can't believe you're covering this, but you won't mention Epstein. Again, this person commented here and says, you're being distracted by the Trump administration. You won't talk about Epstein. And I'm like, did you want to scroll the fucking channel? The Trump Epstein bombshell is wild. Trump doesn't get it talking about Epstein. Benny Johnson calls out the Epstein failure. The Epstein cover-up is worse than we thought. Trump's Epstein situation just got worse. Here's Dan Bongino. They want us to shut up about Epstein 5 days ago. Trump just got ratioed over Epstein. Fucking hell, bro. Like, these motherfuckers are as dumb as a fucking rock. It is incredible how stupid people are, dude. You won't talk about the Epstein situation, Jeremy. I've made like 1,000 videos and lost like 500. I've lost like 500 subscribers over it. So yeah, I have talked about it. 1992 Space Movie for 20 says off topic. But everyone should watch Savvy's video on collective shout out. They're trying to censor games to protect the kids and have made Steam bend the knee and remove games. We need to stop them. Sadly, YouTube wouldn't let me send this super. Well, shout out to Savvy. Maybe we'll talk about that on Tuesday night's main event as well. But thank you, 1992 Space Movie. And I did see that topic earlier. I will take a look at it. I'll probably just watch Savvy's video on it. Savvy does a hell of a job, her and her autism. So Savvy is awesome. Slain Hope says 2-man trafficking ring, kids that can sleep well then. Let's see. Oh, you mean because of the Epstein thing? Again, man, you're talking about a list that I don't know that it exists. Okay. I have no idea. I don't know what people want produced. What I want is for the Trump administration to answer for their own actions, because I try to complain about things that I can actually show some substance behind. The Trump administration has made a fool of themselves over the Epstein situation, okay? That's what I know. They've made a fool of themselves. In terms of the list, where's the list? Who's hiding it? If there is a list, why was the list still there? If Epstein is connected to every single fucking important person in the world, why was he even arrested in the first place? Why is Maxwell still alive if she has all of these answers? And there's like, I get it. People want answers. I want answers, but you pretend like I have the answers. And then you pretend like you have the answers when in reality, I don't know who the fuck has the answers. I want the administration to answer for their fumbling of the Epstein situation. That's what I know. What I know is the Trump administration has made a fool of themselves over this. That is what I know. But everybody, like all these people think that they have the answers. And it's like, well, I'm glad you have the answers. I don't. And maybe your favorite podcaster pretends that they have all the answers, but I don't pretend I know the answers or have all the answers. And I don't know how anybody would have the answers. I have no idea how anyone actually that's on fucking Twitter or YouTube has any answers on this complicated situation. But people act like they know. I don't. Dean H says, I live in Cleveland, and I was actually the guilty feeling white people that were upset about the Indian's name. You were upset? Wait. I was actually the guilty feeling white people that were upset about the Indian's name. You're upset about the Indian's name? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I think that's super gay. I respect that you were upset about it if that's what you're saying, but yeah, that's super gay. Let's see. James I the Tiger says, Jeremy, the movie Armageddon is fantastic. Oh yeah, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. Let's see. Fantastic Miss Knox says, Hillary very quiet after this current revelation. Guess she's plotting. I think he said he used to be upset. Is that what he was saying? Typo, I think. I think he meant to say it, not I. Sometimes you don't know what people are trying to say in their typos. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Michael Taylor says, hey, Jeremy, did you see the Trump painting? I emailed you. Hail the 199. Not yet, but I did get the email. I did. Sola Felix, thank you for the super chat. Mike S says, a lot of former Trump supporters on Twitter have crashed out, including that Philip guy who just got banned over the Epstein thing. This is a psyop. Let's see. Block2 says, oh, what I know is Beardo fat. Well, I think we all can agree with that. Nader's Brick says, if the left had not effed up and won in 2020, Trump would have been out of the way by now. Oh, well, just shows the Lord has plans that we don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's something I've covered a lot in terms of, 2020 obviously sucked for many reasons and how that all played out, but it was ultimately the best thing that could have happened. I don't know how the left recovers from where they're at, but I also worry about Trump's safety at this point in time for everything that's being uncovered by the administration right now. I'm very much worried about his safety. And I'm sure that that's at the top of their priority list right now, but there's a lot of bad stuff being exposed right now. There's a lot of bad stuff. So I guess we shall see. Breaking, President Trump says it's time for Adam Schiff to pay the price for a real crime. Adam Shifty Schiff is in big trouble. He falsified loan documents. He once said my son would go to prison on a scam that Schiff, along with other crooked Dems, illegally manufactured in order to stage an actual coup. My son did nothing wrong, knew nothing about the fictional story. It was an American tragedy. Now Shifty should pay the price of prison for a real crime, not one made up by corrupt accusers. Dude, he's going fucking ham right now, dude. He really is. And he really likes to insult Shifty Schiff. Let's see. Adam Schiff Trump. Let me see if I can find some of Trump's insults about Shifty Schiff. Because he always insults him. I think it was who was it? Was he talking to Dr. Phil that time? And he just went off on like water or pencil neck or watermelon head. I can't remember which one it was. It was so good. Watermelon head, Adam Schiff. I don't know. I can't find any of the clips right now. What is this one?
Adam Shifty Schiffs. Can you believe this guy? He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen. And the biggest head. We call him watermelon head. I'd say, how could that big fat face stand on a neck that looked like this finger? How can it? It was the weirdest thing. It's a mystery. Nobody can understand it. But he's one of the most dishonest human beings I've ever seen. And you know how we can allow people like that to run an office is a shame, but we did. He was in charge of the witch hunt. You know, he was in charge of the fake witch hunt with Russia. It was a made-up story. Made up. think of it. They make up a story. They know it's made up. It's gone on for a year and a half, 2 years. Russia, Russia, Russia. I knew nothing about it. The only thing I knew was that I taxed the pipeline that I told you about, that I put all sorts of sanctions and everything else. They never had a problem like they had with me. But it was Russia, 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 constant, as a method of, what they did is that was the complaint about why she lost an election, because crooked Hillary was expected to win the election. But they didn't see what we saw. We saw the biggest crowds in history gathering, only superseded by the crowds we just had. But here's a guy that goes out and he goes to an intelligence hearing or whatever you might call it, and it's supposed to be secret. He'd walk out, he'd either make a call off the record, just crooked Adam shifty Schiff. He's a shifty Adam. Or he'd just go out blatantly and have a news conference. And because it had to do with me and my family, he'd go out and have a news conference. And he said, you've got to remember, he knows it's a hoax because he made it up with crooked Hillary. So he knows it's a hoax because we're dealing with human beings on the other side. He'd say, Donald Trump Jr., the son of the President of the United States, will spend many years in prison because of what he's done with Russia. Now, think of that statement.
And this is a little more insight into how Trump is. Trump does not forget this stuff, dude. He's pissed. He's pissed at all of these people that went after him, went after his family, went after his business associates. He's pissed, and he does not forget.
On a human basis, I have a young son, who is being told that he's going for prison on something he doesn't even know what they're talking about. He said, Dad, I don't know what's going on. They keep talking about I'm involved with Russia. I don't know anything about Russia. I swear to you, Dad. And yet Adam Schiff goes out and makes a statement about a hoax that he made up that he knows is false. How bad a human being do you have to be? They put my son and my family through that kind of trauma. These are bad people. These are sick degenerates. And I used to be much nicer to them. I gave them the benefit of the doubt, but I've just seen too much. They make up a story about Russia. It's a hoax. And eventually, now they've all admitted it was a hoax. On to the next one. That's Russia, Russia, Russia. But they know it's a hoax. And they say about a young man that he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison because of what he's done with Russia. He knows it's a hoax. How bad do you have to be to have that happen to your son? And, it has a bad effect on a family, a bad effect. You okay, Don? I am, Dad, but
And that brings us back to right here. So that's what Trump's talking about. President Trump says it's time for Adam Schiff to pay the price for a real crime. Adam Shifty Schiff is in big trouble. He falsified loan documents. He once said my son would go to prison on a scam that Schiff, along with other crooked Dems, illegally manufactured in order to stage an actual coup. My son did nothing wrong, knew about the fictional story. It was knew nothing about the fictional story. It was an American tragedy. Now Shifty should pay the price for prison for a real crime, not one made up by corrupt accusers. Let's effing go. I'm glad he's putting the pressure on. We got to have it. And listen, people want arrests, and I do get it. I really, really get it. And I obviously, I hope that we get it. I do. And this is not going to happen overnight. This is going to take a lot more time to build up, cases against all of these people. But I got to say, I bet Barack Obama, I would say Barry is probably not sleeping very well at night, but he probably hasn't slept well in a long time, seeing as he lays next to Big Mike every night. But, Barry is probably not feeling very good at the moment. Hillary, obviously, and many people in that administration probably on edge right now, probably on edge. Solar Felix says, extra thick Jennifer Love Hewitt still 100% would. Yeah, I mean, dude, the internet reaction to her was crazy. I'm like, what? You guys are idiots. People talking about Jennifer Love Hewitt's no longer attractive or whatever. I'm like, dude, you guys are Dude, people don't live in the real fucking world on the internet sometimes, man. People don't live in the real world. They really don't. Lapco says, please watch the typos when super chatting Jeremy. He's from Alabama. So reading is already a challenge for him. Have mercy on the target. Thank you. That's a very nice message, Lapco. I appreciate that. Tom from Safe Space says, when I snap my fingers, you'll forget I was gay. Snap. Hey, Jeremy, want to hang out tonight? Dean says, oh, here it is. That was a typo. I meant it was the guilty feeling lefty white people that had a problem with the name. Thank you. Okay. My bad, Dean. My bad. So that's the clarification right there. Shout out to you. Okay. Now we understand. Mike S says, Epstein is the easiest sleight of hand misdirection the deep state has ever done to defend Obama's clear election manipulation with Russia Gate. Mike S says, to the ride or die Trump supporters, I salute you. Well, I mean, like I said, I just feel like Twitter is just a shit show right now with the amount of things I'm seeing with all of these accounts that are ran by people that are not in the United States of America, that are always pushing a pro-American message to bring people in, to like get people to follow them. And then they suddenly shift and start talking about something else. And they slowly start going against President Trump all of a sudden. And you see that kind of has an impact on, followers and things like that. And you've got accounts that have got, 500,000 followers, 1 million followers, and they built all of, built all of this stuff up. And then all of a sudden you're like, now they're pushing an agenda against Trump. And it's some weird stuff going on, man. Some weird stuff. Let's see. Who is that? I don't know. There's a lot of people that I'm seeing a lot of sports accounts talking about Trump. And it's weird because a lot of these sports accounts hate Trump, but a lot of them really do want, the names changed back, but they don't want to admit it. And they deserve to be in an awkward position. Mike S says, thanks, brother. Right back at you, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you through all of this. These last few weeks have been crazy. And a lot of people have been, it's gotten people worked up all over the place. And I think people should be worked up. But I've always said that my frustration about the Epstein stuff is specifically about the Trump administration's mishandling of the story completely. I think they mishandled it and they added a lot of fuel to the fire. And, it is what it is. I'm over that aspect of it until more information comes out, but I will stand by my criticisms of Trump and Pam Bondi and how they handled it, because it was terrible. But it's important to remember that who we are battling against and who we are truly battling against, people like this. Oh my God. Like, how much more cringe can you be? Steve, I am so happy. I am so happy that Stephen Colbert has lost his job. I am so happy about this. Especially like how the whole thing has been leading up to with like his hatred of Trump and all of that. It's been pretty glorious, man. Let's see here. President Trump praises Fox panel for discussing the idea of prosecuting former President Obama. He knows what he's doing right now. Force of the Tree says, you see my DM, Barack Big Mike Obama meme I sent to you. You should share it if you get a chance. I will check it out. I did not see it, but I will check it out. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. So, yeah, I mean, Trump, the stuff he's sharing right now is 100% meant to, build up the narrative of what he ultimately wants. I mean, I think Trump absolutely wants Barack Obama locked up. Will he truly try? I mean, it's really not like the DOJ. Like this is going to be like, this is where Kash Patel and Dan Bongino can kind of recover from the Epstein debacle. They certainly can if they're willing to, go down that road. I mean, they're the ones that are going to be investigating this thing. So, we'll see what happens. Mugshot incoming. I mean, listen, the left, they don't get a chance to say he has immunity or all that. Like, you guys proved really quick that you can arrest a president of the United States, even if there's nothing there. So you guys set the standard. So I guess we'll see how this all play. I don't expect anything to happen anytime soon. I think that you're going to see a huge discussion around it for sure. I don't know if this is true. Who is this guy? I don't know if I know this guy. Whistleblower has come forward. Let's see with what Obama administration disgusted with what Obama administration did. The DOJ will soon receive an affidavit. I don't know who this guy is, so I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea if that's legit. What I do know is legit is, and I don't know why it's been all over my feed. It's a little random, but I think most of you will appreciate it. For some reason, in the past 72 hours, my feed has been full of Breaking Bad memes. I don't know why, but I can't stop watching them. Breaking Bad memes are amazing. I don't know why they're all over my feed. I really don't. I don't know. They've been all over my feed the last few days. Like there's the Mario Kart ones right here. Someone took the time to put these together, and I just want that person to know that I don't know where you are or what you're doing, but I salute you because you are one of the greatest humans on the planet. All right. Whoever did that, amazing. All right. Someone said that was very gay. All right. Well, I've got another one then. I wasn't going to show this next one, but if you're complaining about him, now I'm fucking showing another one. So we got another one right here. Just because I saw somebody complaining. So here's another one. All right, there we go. So now, all right, no more complaining or I'll play more. I got more. The horror host says Breaking Bad memes are good. Sopranos memes are better. Mod Eric says, Jeremy, tell us what you really know about this. Mike S says Epstein is the easy. Oh, got that one earlier. Okay, so I want to see more. I've already lost enough viewers. We lost like 300 viewers when I started watching Breaking Bad memes. That kind of makes me want to watch more because it does show you like who's here for just the politics and who's here for the fucking memes. All right. So let's see. MAGA Crack a Mike says, this is Mike S. I love you all and you and I've updated. Let's freaking go. Pedro says, what court do you think will convict a demon? They let a demon that admitted his crime. Yeah, I saw like some speculation as to where they're going to try if Obama actually like it was somebody like no court in DC, is going to convict Barack Obama. And they were like, they should try him in Florida, which I think, obviously that would be the best move if you even get to that point, which who knows if we're even going to get to that point. I don't know. But time will tell. Hang on. Let me bookmark that for future references because that's going to be featured on Tuesday night's main event. Okay. Now, another story that I saw going around, and at first I didn't really, I wasn't overly interested in this story, but then I watched this from Colin Rugg. More memes, says Stuart. Yeah, I know that like I have people that watch me and they're like, oh, I like when he covers politics, and then I start talking about something stupid like Mario Kart or video games, and then like people are like, no thanks. Okay, so right here, this is a very positive story. I don't cover positive stories very much because negativity on the internet pays much better, but I want to share a positive story with my wonderful, wonderful audience here. Okay. Ohio teacher starts panicking and crying in court after being sentenced to a week in jail for stalking her ex-boyfriend. That's right. Woman gets locked up for stalking ex-boyfriend. Here we go. Someone said, how is this positive? Because a woman got thrown in jail.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to place you on 18 months of community control. You'll be ordered to have no contact with Mr. McKenzie, the victim. In this case, as a condition of community control, you are to wear a GPS device for the first 90 days. You'll be on house arrest with work release. You'll be ordered to undergo mental health counseling, particularly to establish healthy boundaries. And you will serve the first 7 days of this term of probation in our county jail.
Oof.
You are ordered remanded.
We had an agreed sentence.
You didn't agree with me.
1 week is nothing. I mean, I don't know, man. Like this is a pretty woman. She's probably never ever done anything like really bad. So like, for her to like get a week in jail is terrifying for her. I'd be scared to go to jail for a fucking week. Nobody wants to be locked up for a day, much less a week. But she clearly has some issues, though. When you actually look through this, like she's got this bitch is crazy. Okay, this bitch is crazy.
Me, Mr. Kinlan, and I am charged with sentencing.
At this point, Your Honor, I'm going to make a motion to withdraw her plea. We'd rather do a trial.
Because you don't like the sentence?
No, because we don't like the way the court has interpreted the facts.
Mr. Kinlan, did you talk to me about sentence before you pled your client?
You were not available, Your Honor.
I'm available all the time, Mr. Kinlan. You chose to plead your sentence, your client.
We only met with you one time, Your Honor. At this point, we'd ask to withdraw her plea.
I'm offended that you would make the insinuation here that I don't work enough. Didn't ask me. Sorry.
Please not knowingly voluntarily.
Your bad practice is not my problem.
I don't think it's my bad practice.
We're done.
To Drinky's point here, there are women that just make those noises on OnlyFans and get paid a lot more money than I do. Okay. So all she needs to do is get her OnlyFans started. And if she makes those same noises on OnlyFans, she'll make a lot more money. A lot more money.
Listen, hold on.
Somebody in the chat said, "I'll write you, babe."
Hannah Freeman, are you supposed to be up here? You are? Were you in his vehicle earlier? No?
Well, we went to get dinner together, but
You guys, where'd you guys go get dinner at?
Kings.
King's?
Kings, yeah.
Raising Cane's? Which one?
North Olmsted.
North Olmsted?
Okay, Raising Cane's, respect. All right.
Okay. Well, we got a complaint from him that you were in his vehicle tonight and you're harassing him and stalking him.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Did you take some items from him last night? Is your phone in the car?
I am. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down.
Step over here.
I'm putting it down.
If you ever turn around, put your hands behind your back. You don't got anything on you, it's going to stick coke or anything like that.
No.
Put your hands together like you're praying.
Where are your keys to the car?
I love the chat, dude. The chat is the best. Like the things that you guys are saying is the best shit ever. That's what I'm laughing about. I see the chat being like, she can stalk me anytime. Is her boyfriend black? Holy shit, man. Chat is just insane and I love it, dude. You will never, ever, ever get better than a chat on the internet. It just won't happen. It's just too damn good. Now that all of the everybody's worked up and you've got an attractive female on screen. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was an interesting story, but she's clearly got some issues. And I don't know the specifics, but based on what we know, she stole a bunch of shit. She broke into his car. She stole a bunch of shit. She was apparently stalking him. So I don't know. I guess here's Eric K. He says she broke into his car and house and stole over 1,000 worth of stuff multiple times. Yeah, she's crazy. She's crazy. So a lot of you can fix her. That's what I'm seeing. Fantastic vs. Knox says, for Tuesday night's main event, I hope you guys talk about collective shout putting Steam on blast to remove games they don't like. Meanwhile, same collective shout ignoring actual essay and even berating the victim of essay. We will. We absolutely will. Especially with, I'll make sure Savvy's on so we can have her on there too. Let's see. Got that one. That one. The Clapper of Cheek says every trial it will be in DC. No one will be convicted, but the process will be the punishment. Mike S says, watch the Ohio Bridge law enforcement incident with protesters and watch it again and again and again for entertainment purposes. Buckeye State. Well, first, I want to show you guys a clip of a person that a lot of us respect and potentially another person that will probably be the future governor of Florida. So this clip right here, Anna Paulina Luna is calling for criminal prosecution and arrests of senior intelligence officials in the Obama administration who put out false intelligence reports regarding President Trump to try and prevent him from winning the election.
report that Tulsi put out, I mean, we're talking about there needs to be criminal prosecution and arrest, you know, lying under oath, putting out a false intelligence report. That's a violation of 18 U.S. Code 1001 that comes with a 7-year prison sentence and up to $250,000 fine. But we're talking about
I don't know if this sounds off for you, but it sounds off for me as well. But
something more nefarious than this. I think that this is a perfect example and reason why there needs to be FISA reform as well. As you know, Maria, that false intelligence report resulted in FISA courts issuing a warrant to illegally surveillance the president of the United States now. And what I can tell you is if we don't stop this, if we don't actually say this will not be tolerated, this is not a Democrat or Republican thing. This is about the health and the sanctity of a constitutional republic. And so there needs to be arrests. This is not partisan. This is simply illegal what they did, and we're simply upholding the law.
It's just extraordinary. How do you believe they got away with that? Byron, what about that? How was it that this cabal of senior people in the Obama White House was able to convince so many people of this law?
Okay. No. Bro, you need to stop. You need to stop right now. No. You don't get to say that in my chat.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Had to play it.
When they had no evidence whatsoever of it.
Well, they got away with it because once they leaked these false narratives and false reports, you had big media organizations who just went lock, stock, and barrel, did not fact check, did not go and do the extra work, did not do any due diligence whatsoever. They just followed and towed the company line. And then you have the deep careers in the intelligence community who either they were afraid of being fired or having their clearances revoked, or B, were so concerned about a Donald Trump presidency that they felt it was okay to concoct false information into the American people, into the body politic. So Anna is completely correct. There need to be arrests on this matter. People need to go to jail on this because this is about the republic. This is not about one president. It is about the presidency and the continuation of our country.
Agreed. I'm glad more people are calling for arrests. And I want to make, I think it's important from a discussion standpoint. Nips Litter said she's a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. You said she's a 5 out of 10. Okay. That's a real video of her. Okay. That's a real video of her. Madney for 20 says the sports team in Ozark, Arkansas is called Hillbillies. Their mascot is a shirtless redneck in overalls holding a shotgun. As a person of the South, I am very unoffended. Thank you for your attention to this matter. This sounds like the coolest. This sounds like the coolest team I've ever heard of. All right. Chad Layton says chick in the middle in teal is a 5 out of 10. No, I wouldn't even say that, actually. I wouldn't even say that. That's what's her name? Why am I drawing a blank on this? What's her freaking name? Chad will tell me. What's her name? Maria Bartiromo. That's it. For Maria's like what? How old's Maria? She's like in her mid 50s, something like that. 60. I don't know. She's not bad for her. She's not bad for her age. So, thank you, Madney. I appreciate it. I got that. Z Herb says, I don't want her fixed. Talking about the Ohio teacher. I lose versus Jeremy performing the cavity snatch search. Mod Eric says, trust me, hot and crazy may be fun, but not worth it. I have not listened to my advice too many times. Mike S. becomes a new member. Thank you. Modest Rat says, Jeremy, I know you're gay and it doesn't matter that you are. We retarded as well. You still provide me entertainment. Sturgeon says, they used to report upcoming operations on the evening news in the battle against ISIS when Obama was president, and nobody called them on it. Maximus BT says, where my breets at? Always asking for those breets. Always. We totted. Okay. Of course, I have that clip too, and that's, let's see. What is this? So here's Tulsi talking to Maria as well. It's worse than, so we'll just listen to what she has to say.
There's no question in my mind that this intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered be published, which contained a manufactured intelligence document. It's worse than even politicization of intelligence. It was manufactured intelligence that sought to achieve President Obama and his team's objective, which was undermining President Trump's presidency and subverting the will of the American people. So yes, next week we will be releasing more detailed information about how exactly this took.
More detailed information next week. So we're going to get more information that is going to expose how this all happened. If they keep dropping information, I don't know how that this can't end up with Obama being directly held responsible. If they keep doing this,
took place and the extent to which this information was sought to be hidden from the American people, hidden from officials who would be in a position to do something about it. And that's really the point here that I think is most important, Maria, and you said it in your opening. Accountability is essential for the future of our country, for the American people to have any sense of trust in the integrity of our democratic republic. Accountability, action, prosecution, indictments for those who are responsible for trying to steal our democracy is essential for us to make sure that this never happens to our country again. There's no...
Everything she's saying, I agree with. I think everybody in this chat agrees with it. I just worry about setting this standard. And if nothing happens, the loss and trust that people are going to have, because we have seen it happen more times than I can count. We want accountability. We want people held accountable for their actions. And if you're talking like she's talking, which I'm glad she's saying these things, and if you're exposing what she's exposing, but if there's no follow through, that's going to be the issue. Now, I haven't seen this clip right here, but Mazemore has this clip. December 16th, 2016, 8 days after Obama received the report that Russia had no effect on the outcome of the election and that Russian election interference was negligible at best. Watch how Obama carefully lays the groundwork for the Russia hoax. I have not seen this.
Did Clinton lose because of the hacking?
I'm going to let all the political pundits in this town have a long discussion about what happened in the election. It was a fascinating election, so I'm sure there are going to be a lot of books written about it. We will provide evidence that we can safely provide that does not compromise sources and methods. But I'll be honest with you, when you're talking about cybersecurity, a lot of it is classified and we're not going to provide it because the way we catch folks is by knowing certain things about them that they may not want us to know. And if we're going to monitor this stuff effectively going forward, we don't want them to know that we know. So this is one of those situations where unless
it is amazing to me how bad Obama was at speaking when he didn't have a teleprompter. Now, when he had a teleprompter, Obama is a phenomenal public speaker. And that's something that, Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can speak publicly, even when you have a teleprompter. He's absolute magic when he has a teleprompter, but when he don't have a teleprompter, this dude it's excruciating to listen to him sometimes. He is a terrible speaker when he doesn't have a teleprompter.
The American people genuinely think that the professionals in the CIA, the FBI, our entire intelligence infrastructure, many of whom, by the way, served in previous administrations and who are Republicans, are less trustworthy than the Russians, then people should pay attention to what our intelligence agencies say. What I worry about more than anything is the degree to which, because of the fierceness of the partisan battle, you've started to see certain folks in the Republican Party and Republican voters suddenly finding a government and individuals who stand contrary to everything that we stand for as being okay, because that's how much we dislike Democrats. I mean, think about it. Some of the people who historically have been very critical of me for engaging with Russians and having conversations with them also endorsed the president-elect, even as he was saying that we should stop sanctioning Russia and being tough on them and work together with them against our common enemies.
Now, again, just so everybody understands, okay, this is 8 days after Obama received the report that Russia had no effect on the outcome of the election. Watch how Obama carefully lays the groundwork for the Russia hoax. So this is the context to what we're listening to hear how he's building this up. Because as we know now, because of all of the information that has been released by Tulsi Gabbard, Barack Obama and the people at the top of his administration were directly responsible for the Russia hoax.
It was very complimentary of Mr. Putin personally. Everything that happens in this town, everything that's said, is seen through the lens of, does this help or hurt us relative to Democrats or relative to President Obama? And unless that changes, we're going to continue to be vulnerable to foreign influence.
Do you believe Vladimir Putin himself authorized the hack, and do you believe he authorized that to help Donald Trump? Can you say unequivocally that this was not China, that this was not a 400-pound guy sitting on his bed, as Donald Trump says? And do these types of tweets and kinds of statements from Donald Trump embolden the Russians?
Martha, I think what I want to make sure of is that I give the intelligence community the chance to gather all the information, but I'd make a larger point, which is not much happens in Russia without Vladimir Putin.
Do the tweets and do the statements by Donald Trump embolden Russia?
Our vulnerability to Russia or any other foreign power is directly related to how divided, partisan, dysfunctional our political process is. That's the thing that makes us vulnerable. If fake news that's being released by some foreign government is almost identical to reports that are being issued through partisan news venues, then it's not surprising that that foreign propaganda will have a greater effect, because it doesn't seem that far-fetched compared to some of the other stuff that folks are hearing from domestic propagandists.
Such a manipulative piece of shit. And of course, I played this a little bit earlier, but this is Hillary later on acting like there's no denying that the Russians interfered.
And whether or not there's fire, we need to figure it out. But here is what's important. Put the investigation into Trump, his associates, and everybody else to one side. There is no denying that the Russians interfered in the election.
Right.
Whether or not they had.
And as we know, that's bullshit. And now we know that's bullshit officially now, but we've always known that it was bullshit. I mean, anybody with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense knew that it was bullshit, especially as much as the Democrats and the mainstream media have been running with that over and over again. You also have, of course, the man himself, President Trump, in this interview called it out, or called out the Obama administration spying on his campaign, and the mainstream told you that didn't happen. It didn't happen, apparently.
And the question the media asked him, what kind of ice cream, what flavor ice cream do you have? And he's in the midst of a scandal.
He's not.
And he's taking,
He's
of course
not.
he is,
No,
Leslie.
come on.
Of course he is. It's the biggest, second biggest scandal.
So-
the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my
Well,
campaign.
there's no
Leslie.
real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's
No.
all over the place. Leslie, they
Sir,
spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't
No, you won't
verify.
put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't
Look, let me
put
tell
on
you,
things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied
And-
on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally
that.
verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign. They got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie. And you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
And, I mean, we've seen time and time again with these clowns and what they do. So, yeah, Trump continuing to be proven right time and time and time again. And that's what he does. And, we continue to cover it here, and I'm going to continue to do that. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we got that. Let's see. Mike S says, it's only been 6 months into Trump's second term. Let that sink in. It is crazy that we've only gotten 6 months and he's gotten all of this done. Mo Zamboni says, Maria looked like she was making outfits for the Incredibles. What's up, Mo? Bearded. Oh, that's Storm Shadow. What's up, Storm Shadow? Says Trump's best option is to convict Obama, Clinton. Let's see, in the public eye. Legal action would galvanize loony left and give no accountability. Well, we know Trump is the one of the greatest showmen. Having a public kind of coverage of the Obama administration, in court would be the greatest thing ever. And I would be covering it every second of the day, but that wouldn't happen. Z-Herb says Obama talks slower than Joe Biden. Z-Herb says 400-pound guy on a sofa. Is that like a personal attack or something? Mike S says Obama had fake charisma that the majority of the country, including myself, fell for. I'm now MAGA and I'm MAGA forever. Yeah, I mean, Obama, he was they protected him and the media built him up. And of course, this was kind of, before like social media had a big impact on anything. And yeah, but it needed to happen this way in order for Trump to get in power. So it all worked out. It all worked out. East Coast Toast Boy says, damn it, Jeremy, stop playing those Mario Breaking Bad memes. Super annoying and cringe. Gee, now it will be a shame if a few more played, huh? Nader's Bricks says, memes, political, your homosexual behavior, I'm all here for it. Nader's Bricks says, if the left had not effed up and won 2020, Trump would have been out of the way. Oh, yeah, I got that one earlier. And it's true, but at the time, I remember after 2020, I remember thinking to myself, man, how in the world are we going to recover from this? And so, but I did remember saying after, 2020 happened, I remember saying Trump is going to spend the next 4 years campaigning. And he didn't spend quite 4 years campaigning, but he did spend the majority of that because, I mean, a lot of the time he was fighting to stay out of jail, and he was having to fight against the Democrats trying to indict him for everything in the book. But he did spend a huge amount of that time campaigning, and yeah, dominated. So let's see. Let me see if there's any more updates really quickly. The other thing that's ruining Twitter is Grok. I'm so sick of it. Like, I'm so sick of people asking Grok to confirm things. Half the time, Grok's not even right anyway. Sometimes it is, and it's good for basic Wikipedia information if that's what you're looking for. But like, good Lord, man, people are retarded. They really are. Grok, is this true? Grok, is this true? I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't take any more of this crap. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Let me see. That one. Logan Miller says Obama ruined the military, made it gay. I got off. I mean, got out. He really did, man. But like, it's like Obama ruined so many aspects of this country. And let's see, what's Benny Johnson saying right here? Let me see what I know. People are like, oh, Benny, clickbait, blame Benny. I like Benny. I'm friends with Benny. So
what's up, guys? This is not a drill. President Trump just posted a video of Barack Obama getting put on his knees and arrested by the FBI inside of the White House as President Trump looks on, grinning. It's go time. Here we go.
No one, especially the president, is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one 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 is above the law. No one is above the law.
No one is above the law. Oh, son of a bitch.
The future of MAGA is here. For Giotto Blow. This is Donald Trump is your president 2024. We come.
now, again, Trump did post this. If you're tuning in now, I played it earlier, but Trump posted this to True Social right here.
Joe Biden in the crowd taking naps. And his son Hunter.
I don't know if this is going to hit. I have no idea if they have this thing hit, but yeah, so this is great. Is that real? Yes. Grok, is this real? So this is awesome to see that Trump is posting stuff like this, and he's definitely driving the discussion. He's driving the discussion forward about, arresting Barack Obama and arresting these officials and arresting these Democrats. Hang on. All right, let's see what Benny has to say really quick.
You know how rock. This is obviously in reference to the Obamagate scandal that has blown up over the last couple of days. Trump's director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, releasing bombshell, smoking gun evidence that Barack Obama absolutely committed seditious conspiracy and tried to stage a coup against Donald Trump. It's all there. The facts are there. And now it's been referred to the DOJ for prosecution. Looks like Trump's ready to cook. Let's go.
I mean, we can hope. We can hope. I obviously hope this happens. They're setting a huge standard, and if they don't follow through, man, people are going to be pissed. Again, I will repeat, Trump put this on True Social right here. And this ain't 2016 Trump anymore. This is, and what I mean by that is, his administration was not good in 2016 to 2020. The people surrounding him were terrible. Now he actually has legitimate people around him. He has more political clout than he's ever had. He has more power. He's more popular than he's ever been. He may be, I think Mike Johnson said this a few weeks ago, but he said that Donald Trump might be the single most powerful United States president of all time. Like, his power is on another level right now with the things that he can get done. So, so I guess we'll see how, the rest of this plays out, but I am excited for more information. Tulsi Gabbard is releasing more information next week at some point. So we shall see. Phil McCracken says Elmo is more based than Grok. Elmo is awesome. We respect Elmo. Gen X Cynic says, remember when Rush said, I hope he fails right after Obama won his first term? I wish he was here to see this now. He would be proud. He would be very, very proud of where things are right now. Because, Trump has no bullshit. Like, Trump has what? It's not, we're not just saying it to say it. It's not just like a, it's not a myth. Like, Trump has destroyed every single bit of Barack Obama's legacy. He's destroyed all of it. Like, Barack Obama's legacy is gone. And that's because Trump has destroyed it. Like, nothing that he did exists anymore. It's crazy. Steel Storm Gaming says Jeremy hates people asking Grok to verify post. Grok, is this true? Grok Z Herb says, I don't know about you, but is this real? Bedlam says, Hail Snake Pit, updated from my last member message. My mother passed away on June 18th from cancer. I took a month off from work. Be back to work. Back to work last week. Bedlam, I am so sorry to hear that. Prayers up for you and your family. We're glad you're back in the chat. Super sorry to hear that. But thanks for the update, man. We're glad you're back, and we hope that you'll hang out here with us, and I'll try to keep you entertained by saying dumb shit and misreading super chats and all of that good stuff. So prayers to you, brother. Prayers indeed. Let's see here. What the heck? I don't know what this is. What is this? What am I looking at right now? What am I looking at? All right. Sorry, headphones users. I'm sorry. That was loud. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. Let me bump this down a little bit here. Not loud for y'all. It was loud for me. I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm looking at. So I just saw this tweet from Jack Posobiec, and that's all the context I have. So, wow. Very, very interesting. Okay, so even these pop culture things now. Hang on. What was it? What's their name? Pop Crave, which is a super gay account. But they're, oh my God. So they're posting, Donald Trump reposted an AI-generated video depicting Barack Obama being arrested. Thank you for telling us it's AI-generated, because we didn't fucking know that. We needed you to tell us that it was AI-generated in order for us to... Oh, my God, man. Donald Trump posted an AI-generated video. We needed to know that it's AI-generated. I can't. So what are the? So this has got to be a lefty-leaning account. So this who y'all voted for? Of course, he reposted a video of a black man getting arrested. Trump is a convicted felon and committed SA. He needs to be arrested instead. The pictures of Jeffrey Epstein. I think Barack Obama should sue. You think Barack Obama should sue? Fuck! This is why I can't deal with Twitter anymore, dude. I can't deal with Twitter. Like, I can't deal with Twitter. Jesus Christ, man. Obama has committed treason based on what Tulsi Gabbard has released. And you want Obama to sue Trump over a fucking AI meme? Good God, man. The stupidity is just absolutely unbelievable. God. Anyway, it hurts my brain how stupid these people are. Drinky Crow 450 says, it's my B-Day, July 20th. If we can get one arrest, I say Fauci to rat out the WHO. Did they really poison everyone just to sell the vax? Americans will not be replaced. Damn, if we could get, that's a great question. If we could get one arrest, okay? If we could get one arrest, who do you want it to be? Do you want it to be Fauci? Do you want it to be Hillary? Do you want it to be Obama? Do you want it to be Bill Clinton? Bill Gates? Shifty Schiff? George Soros? I can only put 4 names in the poll. So here, start a poll. So let's see. Add option. So I'm putting Obama, Hillary, Fauci, and who? I'll put Soros. All right, those are the best 4 options I can come up with right there. There you go. So if you could get one, if you could only get one, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. So you've got Fauci with an early lead, Obama in a close second, Soros in a close third, Hillary way back. Well, not way back, but she's definitely not going to win based on these numbers. But it's right now Fauci, Obama, and Soros. It's pretty close. If I was to say out of those 4, see what you've started drinking? If I was to say out of those 4, I think symbolically, Barack Obama is a stronger arrest symbolically. Because Obama represents everything that has ruined America. And what he did with identity politics, with what he did with controlling things from behind the scenes, with what they did with 2020. Like, I think from a symbolic standpoint, it's Obama. Because Obama, like, even if you don't think Obama, the individual, is that powerful, from a symbolic standpoint, he is that powerful. He was that powerful from a symbolic standpoint. He's responsible for all of it, man. BLM, George Floyd, wokeness and all of that. Like, that all funnels back to Barack Hussein Obama. So, but Fauci, obviously, Fauci, I think a lot of people are angry at Fauci, rightfully so, for everything that happened. But if you want to talk about if you want to talk about from an effective standpoint, to become effective, George Soros would be the most effective. But how old's Soros now? Soros is like, how old is this dude? I don't even know how old he is now. Soros is so fucking old. Like he's not even, I don't even know if he's in his right state of mind. He's so old. But Obama would be the most, like, that would be the, from a symbolic standpoint, I would go Obama. Yeah, his son isn't. Yeah, his son is the problem now. So there you go. Drinky, you got that one started. Z-Herb says Trump is even the first black man as president. Look at there. Trump's invited to the barbecue. Socrates Magot says, Grok, is this true? Mad Frog says Trump violates norms. Blue-haired freak, is it normal to frame an incoming president as a Russian asset? Fantastic Mr. Knox says Fauci, because whatever he said, WHO tends to listen. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what's going on with the World Health Organization at this point. Like, I haven't been keeping up with anything that's going on with them, with the WHO, but I don't know. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Soros' son married Uma Abedin, who was Uma Abedin used to be with Anthony Weiner. You remember that one? And then, do you remember? I always have to play this one, but hang on. She was with Anthony Weiner. And of course, one of my all-time favorite tweets from President Trump is this one right here. Hang on, I gotta find it. Here it is right here. And I'm showing you the actual tweet. It's the greatest tweet ever. Trump, pervert alert. Anthony Weiner is back on Twitter. All girls under the age of 18, block him immediately. This is a legendary tweet, dude. This is amazing. Oh man, Trump is the GOAT, dude. He really is. He's got a lot. All right, let's just go over all of his tweets about Anthony Weiner. All right, so right here. So I knew disgusting and unwanted He called him a disgusting and unwanted porn star. Holy shit, dude. Wow. I did not know he said that. All right, let's see here. Was a sleazeback the first time I met him. Thank goodness he was revealed, so to speak. Degenerate former Congressman Anthony Weiner is trying to make a comeback. He is sick and perverted. He's a sick and perverted man that New York does not want or need. Keep an eye out on Anthony Weiner. Weasels are hard to get rid of. Scary thought. What is the pervert Anthony Weiner doing with all of this free time he has? Does he collect unemployment? This is in 2012. There's the one I just read. Pervert alert. Serial sexter Anthony Weiner is making another step towards a comeback. All girls under 18 should block him. Oh God. Anthony Weiner. Is Anthony Weiner also delusional? Add him to New York sex offender list instead. Sexual pervert and deviant Anthony Weiner is polling to see if he can run for New York City mayor. Weiner says many more pictures may be out there. This is just what NYC needs, a pervert mayor. With the two wacko perverts, Spitzer and Weiner, New York politics has become a joke all over the world. Good Lord, man. Danger. Weiner is a free man at 12:01. He will be back sexting with a vengeance. All women remain on alert. Holy shit. Uma should dump the sicko Weiner. He is a calamity that is bringing her down with him. That's it. God dang it, Trump. Woo. That's some good stuff right there, man. I didn't know he tweeted about him that many times. That is fantastic. Holy crap, man. Free man at 1201. Woo. Cliff Davis says, hearing Uma Abedin reminds me of that Alex Jones rant as the indie folk song video saying she sleeps in the same bed as Hillary. Dude, I will play that song because it's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to the internet. And I'm sure most of you have seen it, but if you haven't, it's worth showing because this is what the internet was made for right here. This is what the internet was made for. It's so great, dude. I haven't heard it in a long time. So we're going to play it because of your super chat. Here we go right here. This thing has 14 million views. 14 million views.
Store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive, selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum.
I know this is Flash's intro. I know.
They crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we want to eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head.
What the hell?
That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. In a room, vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap, we don't even notice, and it's self-rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stare your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
Shout out the Flashcast. Flash runs, he's been running this as intro for fucking years at this point, I think. But yeah, I love that amazing piece of art right there. So good. So there you go, Cliff. Because of your super chat, we got to play that one. Matt Frog says, we know how Trump tweets. That means that girl typed all those tweets up while Trump did stand up, pretty much. Z Herb says, Jeremy thinks nose rings are attractive. That is not true, but there are exceptions. There are exceptions. Okay, well, we are at the end of tonight's show. Slain Hope says, Have you seen AI Asman is a Menace episode 3? I have not. I haven't been watching Asman lately. I've just been so busy watching so many different things. So, but we had a good show tonight. We had a good show. I will be live probably after daily tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do an even CobraCast because I got some stuff going on. I am traveling next week, but CobraCast will be happening. They just maybe not as, I don't know exactly how my schedule is going to work out yet. So we'll just have to see. I Lucifer says, worst presidential candidate apart from Kamala. I mean, God, just based on like results. I mean, look what happened with when Reagan won. I think he lost one state. McCain was terrible. There's, McCain was pretty bad. Romney was horrible. Romney was absolutely terrible. Al Gore. Yeah. There's no definitive, I think Kamala's the definitive one, but outside of her, I don't know who the definitive would be. But if you're talking about like just a person that got the nomination, or if you're talking about someone that, was in the primaries, that's a big, long list right there. Bob Dole. I remember Bob Dole as well. Dole was bad. He really was. So, but thank you guys so much for all of the support. Didn't mean to share that one, but either way, that's just my Streamlabs right there. So you see 1992 space movie. But yeah, so I'm traveling this week, so I'll let you guys know what's going on. But Monday I will be live sometime after daily. I don't know what time yet, but I'll let you know. Sturgeon says the U.S. almost became Kamalistan. Well, it didn't, but it doesn't matter because Kamala or anybody else, like Kamala got 70-something million votes or whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, with what we're seeing, the Democrats have to be destroyed from within. You've got to destroy them by waking up the normies. You know what I mean? And we'll see what happens. But this Obama thing is bad. This Obama thing is very bad. And I'm hoping that we get a lot more details through this week. So we'll let you guys know. All right. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Maximus says show Jeets. And I will leave you with some Sabaton. Have a good night. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.